Episode 8 begins with Kieljin relaxing on his yacht. Suddenly, he hears footsteps and sees a shadow, which makes him alert. He quickly grabs a knife for safety and looks around cautiously, feeling dizzy. At that moment, the killer appears in front of him. Then we see Aina is in police custody, and two police officers are discussing her. They say she's a profiler, yet she's not saying anything. They're waiting for Kim to arrive and talk to her. Then we see Kim arriving with Detective San to meet Aina. He starts questioning her, asking this is why she asked him if he trusts her or not. Aina doesn't respond directly and says if he believes her, then she is not a killer, but if he doesn't believe her, then she is a killer. Kim is frustrated and asks if she came to meet Kieljin and ask her to talk, but Aina remains uninterested and says she doesn't know, then walks away. The police inform Kim that Aina's fingerprints were found on the boat and that she was seen with the dead body. Since she isn't saying anything, it's quite suspicious. They ask Kim to do something. Kim asks about the time of death, and he's told it's between 5 and 8 a.m., and that people saw Aina on the boat around 5 a.m. They have enough evidence to keep her in custody and can't let her go without solid proof. Then we see the commander and the team leader talking to Jeju's head police officer. They ask to put the case on hold because they believe Aina is innocent. But the officer says he can't hold it for a longer period and they would have to do something fast and says she's the prime suspect. The team leader explains she is working on the serial case, which is why she is in Jeju, but the officer insists the matter needs to be solved quickly. Kieljin has political ties, so it could create complications. Later, the commander and team leader visit Aina. The commander asks what happened there. Yong-ho also tells her to share anything she's hiding. Aina replies that from the team leader point of view, she's just a suspect, so why is he trying to help her? She finds it strange and says it seems like the team leader is hiding something instead. Then Kim arrives. The commander asks Kim what he found about Aina's location at the time of death. Kim says the detective is checking the footage and there's no evidence to release Aina yet. The commander orders him to find something quickly and get her out. Kim then takes the team leader aside and asks why he didn't tell him earlier about the puzzle when he first mentioned it. Yong-ho says he didn't trust Aina and that they were working together. Kim feels bad hearing that the team leader didn't trust him. Yong-ho says he was doing his duty and believes Aina is definitely hiding something, so it's his job to find out. He walks away. Then we see Dr. Huang at a seminar in Jeju. He tells a story about a boy who used to live with his abusive father in a truck. The boy eventually ran away to an orphanage. Dr. Huang met him at an orphanage and frequently visited him. One day, the boy came to his office and looked visibly relieved, and Dr. Huang realized he had killed his father by setting the truck on fire. All he saw in the boy's eyes that day was darkness. During the seminar, Dr. Lee, therapist, receives a message from Kim. After the seminar, she talks to Kim on the phone. Kim finds out she's in Jeju and calls her to talk to Aina. Dr. Huang learns about this and joins her to meet Aina. Aina realizes that Kim called them, and the therapist tells her that she was attending Dr. Huang's seminar in Jeju. Dr. Huang then talks to Aina, saying he had mentioned that boy case in sessions 2. But Aina asks him to step out because she wants to talk to her therapist alone and Dr. Huang goes outside. After some time, Dr. Lee comes out and says Aina didn't say much but gave her something. It's a puzzle piece. Upon seeing it, Kim rushes back in and asks Aina where she got it. He says she can't get out of there unless she speaks. Aina smiles and says she'll tell everything once she's out of there. Then, she gives Kim the card of the taxi driver and says that's her alibi. We see the captain at the police station reading the report of the puzzle murder case along with Commander and Yong-ho. They are finally starting to believe that what Aina was right, and her uncle's death is indeed part of a serial killing. The captain asks the team leader for his opinion, and the team leader also says that all the evidence is pointing in the direction of this being a puzzle serial killing case. Commander says that a full task force will be needed to solve this case, and he assigns Donggu to work on it too. Then we see Kim, with Aina, and tells her that he confirmed she was indeed in a taxi at the time of the death. The taxi driver said he picked her up from the dock and dropped her at the hotel, and then later picked her from the hotel and took her back to the dock. Kim then asks Aina why she did all this. What was she doing? Aina, while looking at the puzzle piece, explains that when she was returning from the dock to the hotel in the taxi, someone knocked on her car window and handed her the puzzle piece. She wonders how the killer knew which taxi she was in or where she was staying at the hotel. The killer seems to know everything about her and is always one step ahead. Aina believes that the killer wants her to solve the puzzle, and that's why she purposely framed her so she could see who comes to save her. Otherwise, who would solve the puzzle mystery? She says 4 people came to help her: Commander, Yong-ho, and the 2 therapists. Later, Aina goes to meet her therapist and asks what she was doing in Jeju. The therapist says she had gone there to attend a seminar, which had been scheduled 3 months ago. Then she asks Aina if she's suspecting her. Aina then asks the therapist why she's been treating her for the past 10 years, especially since she's a hard patient and takes a lot of time. The therapist answers that Aina had chosen her because she wasn't comfortable with Dr. Huang and she genuinely wanted to help Aina recover her memory and was also personally curious about her. Aina then asks why she was curious. Was she involved in all this? The therapist just smiles and says no, she only wanted to prove that she was a better therapist than a Dr. Huang. Aina says she is now going to meet Dr. Huang and leaves, but the doctor isn't there when she. So she goes inside and starts observing the things kept there. Meanwhile, Kim receives personal details about Yong-ho, including the police station he was posted at before. Kim then goes to meet an officer who worked with Yong-ho and asks about him. The officer says Yong-ho was a mysterious man who didn't talk much. Whenever he invited him for drinks, Yong-ho would always make some excuse and leave. Once, during a rainy day, when they were drinking together, Yong-ho said his sibling was in trouble and he had to leave. Kim is shocked to hear this because he knows Yong-ho grew up in an orphanage. The officer is also surprised and says Yong-ho had never mentioned orphanage. He then says that a major incident happened that same day Superintendent Yoon was murdered. After that, Yong-ho came back completely soaked in rain and resumed drinking as if nothing had happened. Kim asks more about that day and goes to visit the bar they had gone to, but the bar is closed. He notices that there's a shortcut from where, if Yong-ho had gone, he could have killed Dong-hoon. Then we see the captain arriving at the police station and holding a meeting related to the puzzle mystery case. He says that all the details will be given by Aina to the rest of the officers. Aina then starts explaining the puzzle and the cases to them, how each puzzle represents a victim of serial killing. Lastly, she talks about the puzzle related to Kieljin, in which a man is shown participating in a burger eating contest. She shows the full puzzle and says that 3 puzzles are still missing, meaning 3 more murders will happen. The captain says that the only way to save those 3 people is to quickly find the evidence and assigns everyone to start working. Later, the commander and captain are seen talking with Aina and telling her that her involvement in this case goes against their protocol since she is related to a victim. But she knows too much about the case, so they'll let her stay involved. Aina thanks them, and they say sorry for not trusting her earlier. Aina then returns to her team, who are happy to see her back, and they start analyzing the case. Aina explains that the killer was not prepared in Yunsu's case, but this time they knew Aina would meet Kieljin and the killer was prepared. One officer asks why the killer is sending puzzles only to Aina. Aina explains that the killer originally left puzzles at the crime scenes, but no one noticed them, so he stopped the murders. But 10 years later, he sent a puzzle to Aina again because the killer knew she was interested in puzzles and the killer must be someone close to her. Later, Aina and Kim meet at a bar and discuss how 4 people came to save Aina. But Kim says there was a 5th detective San whom he had brought with him. Aina then asks Kim if he knows how Yong-ho is involved in this case. Kim explains that Yong-ho was part of the journalist's case and was near Superintendent Yoon's house on the day of the murder. In Ma-young's case too, he already knew her but didn't tell anyone. He tried to shift the officer's attention to the resident card, and in Yunsu's case, he ignored Yunsu's name in Chimek's call history. Now, they just need to confirm if Yong-ho was really in Jeju on the day of Kieljin's murder. Kim also tells her about a novel he read where the culprit turned out to be the cop closest to the main character, and this was only revealed at the end when the cop was dying. Aina then tells Kim about her conversation with Kieljin, how she told him everything about the murders and the serial killer and asked Kieljin how all the victims were related. Kieljin then said that all of them were linked to a building in one city, a building he had constructed. He said the killer would come after him next. He asked Aina if she also lives in one city, to which she said no. Kieljin said that her uncle never told her anything and revealed that he was very close to her family. He asked if she knew his son, who was her age. Aina is shocked to hear this, wondering what she didn't know about her parents and uncle. Meanwhile, Kim informs the captain that he suspects Yong-ho. All the officers discuss how Kieljin built that building one city, and his cause of death was being choked and then falling down, injuring his head. No evidence was found, and nothing was captured on CCTV. Yong-ho is listening to all this carefully. When Kim gets out of the car, the Yong-ho confronts him and asks why he's talking to his former police department colleagues and whether he thinks Yong-ho is the killer. Kim says nothing. Yong-ho responds that Kim can think whatever he wants, and says he'll continue working on the case. He then walks away. That night, Yong-ho shows up outside Aina's house. Aina feels uneasy seeing him and Yong-ho asks her if she had gone to the rooftop the day Ganghyun was murdered. He says that if she had, then did she see anything from there? Aina denies remembering anything, saying it happened 10 years ago. The team leader realizes she's lying, and both exchange suspicious glances. Then we see Kim looking into the passenger list and finds out that Yong-ho was in Jeju a month ago and even on the day Kieljin died. Detective San joins him. Kim asks for help and takes him to the place where Aina's colleague had planned to hypnotize the detective. She hypnotizes him, slowly helping him recall what he saw at the crime scene that day. The detective starts describing various things he saw, and Kim and Aina are watching him. The detective says he saw someone picking up a handkerchief. When asked who it was, he closely observes and says it was a man wearing a watch and says it was Captain Yong-ho. Kim is shocked and hurt upon hearing this. He goes to talk to Yong-ho, but just then Yong-ho arrives and pulls out the handkerchief in front of him as if confessing to the crime. And with this, the episode ends. Thanks for watching.